Welcome back to Bible Revealed. Today, we're journeying to a time before time itself, to a place before the universe was born. We're going back to the very beginning, to uncover the hidden secrets of Genesis, the beginning of all beginnings. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. These are some of the most famous words ever written, yet they contain the deepest secrets of our existence. What really happened before this moment? Before the first atom, before the first spark of light, before galaxies began to swirl into motion, what was there? The Bible tells us there was only God, eternal, unchanging, and beyond our full comprehension. Can you imagine it? No time ticking by, no space to measure, no sound to hear. There was only the infinite Spirit, poised and ready to breathe life into everything we know. The story starts not with the earth, but with the heavens. Many ancient texts and theological interpretations suggest that before our physical world was formed, the spiritual realms already existed. It was in this unseen celestial world that God first created. He brought forth the angels, beings of pure light and spirit, who would serve as the first witnesses to the grand spectacle of creation. Think of them as the original audience, waiting for the curtain to rise on the cosmic stage. The book of Job gives us a tantalizing glimpse into this pre-creation moment. It asks, "Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy." Who are these morning stars and sons of God? Many scholars believe they are the angels, celebrating with a symphony of praise as God began his masterpiece. Picture that for a moment. Divine melodies echoing through a void on the verge of becoming a universe. A chorus of pure joy celebrating the very first act of creation. It wasn't a silent, sterile event. It was a cosmic concert. Then, with a voice that would echo through eternity, God spoke the first command, "Let there be light." And instantly there was light. But this wasn't the light from the sun or the stars. Those hadn't been created yet. This was a primordial divine light, a spiritual illumination that pierced the darkness. This light was the first great act of separation, bringing order out of chaos, defining day from night, and distinguishing the newly forming creation from the endless void. It was the first brushstroke on the canvas of the cosmos. Before the earth was sculpted into the paradise we read about, the Bible describes it as formless and empty, or tohu wabohu in the original Hebrew. A deep, dark abyss of water covered everything. It was a world without shape, without life, without purpose, yet it was not abandoned. The scripture tells us the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. This wasn't a passive waiting. The Hebrew word suggests a vibrant, dynamic energy, like a mother eagle protecting her nest, full of anticipation, preparing and nurturing the potential for life that was about to burst forth. God was there, intimately involved in every moment of the process, preparing the world for what was to come. Then, unfolding over 6 divine days, which may represent vast eras of time, the universe was meticulously assembled. On the first day, light and darkness were separated. Then came the sky and the sea. Next, the dry land emerged, and with it, the miracle of plant life, grass, herbs, and fruit-bearing trees. God then set the great lights in the sky, the sun, the moon, and the stars, not just for light, but as signs to mark seasons, days, and years. The heavenly clock of time began to tick. The waters teemed with living creatures, and the skies were filled with birds. The land came alive with animals of every kind. And then, as the pinnacle of his physical creation, God said, "Let us make humankind in our image." But what if the story of Genesis has even deeper layers than this physical account? Many theologians and ancient commentators believe the creation story is not just a physical narrative, but a spiritual one as well. They suggest that a cosmic conflict, a war between light and darkness, began even before the Garden of Eden was planted. The story of Lucifer, the light-bearer, one of the most radiant angels, who rebelled against God's divine order, introduces a shadow into this perfect picture. His fall from grace brought pride, chaos, and corruption into the spiritual fabric of creation. Could this be the reason the earth was initially described as formless and void? Was there a pre-Adamic cataclysm? Some theories propose that the original creation was marred by this angelic rebellion, and the 6 days of Genesis are not an account of the original creation, but of a restoration of a world that had fallen into chaos. This would mean that when God said, "Let there be light," he was dispelling a pre-existing darkness, not just a physical one, but a spiritual one. He was reclaiming and restoring order to a universe that had been touched by rebellion. Viewed through this lens, Genesis becomes more than just the story of a beginning. It becomes the story of God restoring what was once lost. It establishes a divine pattern that we see repeated throughout the entire Bible, the cycle of creation, fall, and redemption. God creates a perfect world, humanity falls, and God sets in motion a grand plan of redemption to restore us and all of creation back to his original design. This pattern starts right here in the very first verses of the Bible. It's the blueprint for the entire story of salvation. So the next time you read the words, "In the beginning," remember that you are not just reading the start of a story. You are witnessing the moment God declared his eternal purpose into existence. You are seeing the first act in a divine drama of restoration, where love and light confront chaos and darkness. It is the foundational promise that no matter how dark or chaotic things may seem, God is always at work, hovering over the waters, ready to bring light, order, and new life. The profound mysteries of Genesis remind us that creation was no accident, no random event. It was and is a divine masterpiece, intricately woven with both seen and unseen hands, a story of purpose, conflict, and ultimate redemption. If you were captivated by these hidden truths and want to uncover more of the incredible mysteries hidden within the pages of the Bible, please show your support. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might find it fascinating, and most importantly, subscribe to Bible Revealed and click the notification bell. Because here we don't just read the Bible, we journey together to uncover its deepest secrets. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next revelation.